Tucked away in backyards and along alleyways, Toronto's urban forest is teeming with fruit trees. Not far from the tree sprang to life in 2008 as a bright and hopeful solution to this abundance of fresh local fruit. Volunteers are mobilized to harvest the fruit, and then the bounty is shared. A third to the homeowner, a third to the volunteers, and a third is delivered by bike to a food bank or shelter in the neighborhood. Not far from the tree is an innovative, award-winning project that has quickly captured the hearts and imaginations of so many Torontonians. I founded this project accidentally and have been privileged to witness it grow and be welcomed to the Toronto scene with open arms. There have been steep learning curves for me, not the least of which is that I had never picked fruit from a tree before. But I had also never worked with a nonprofit, let alone been at the helm of one that was growing so rapidly. I was starting to be recognized as a leader, but didn't yet have a framework for why it was working so well. So while our first 3 years were focused on growing our programming, I knew that now in our 4th year, my path was cut out for me to build a solid foundation that this programming could continue to be built upon year after year. In support of this goal, I was awarded a Vital People grant through the Toronto Community Foundation with the express purpose of honing my leadership skills. So early on in my career, this opportunity is incredibly valuable for me personally, for what I can contribute to Not Far From the Tree, and for building the effectiveness of leadership in the sector more broadly. Through this grant, I attended 2 different courses. The first was called Leading Strategically, and it was at the Banff Center. Here, I started learning the language of organizational development, improving my understanding of how a project can be sustained over years, and putting myself into the picture more purposefully by recognizing my strengths and my weaknesses. I even had the opportunity to work with a small, high-caliber team to workshop a strategy for Not Far From the Tree's citywide expansion. The second opportunity was a course called Nonprofit Leadership Skills for Social Change at the Hollyhock Center. This beautiful island retreat center was a perfect place to step away from the project for a moment, carving out the space to reflect upon past successes and to start dreaming up a solid plan for the long-term direction. I walked away from this experience with a more refined lexicon to articulate the project's needs and a toolbox of resources to see those needs be met. Plus, I developed strong connections with fellow nonprofit